Here we go! Peachy!
Here I go!
Fellas, that's how you just got treated by your girl.
What's going on? We're back for another edition of the Funtendo Game Show, where we give you game, we talk about life, and we talk about everything that matters to you. Let's jump right into the show. Today we're going to be talking about a subject that I know some people love and I know some people hate it, but it's one of those subjects that really needs to be discussed a little bit more. And that subject is child support.
You've heard that before, right?
Now, child support is something that needs to happen, obviously, to support your child. In an ideal world, everybody would want to provide for their kids. Everybody would want to make sure that their children were okay. But today we're going to be discussing the downside of child support. We're going to be talking about the deadbeats a little bit on both sides, both men and women. And we're going to talk about the greedy people that think that they should be getting tons of money for child support. So let's go ahead and jump right into it and see what these people have to say.
I hate fathers that don't pay their child support.
100%.
The only way these pay is when they're forced by a court.
You've heard that
Because
before, right?
They have the money to buy shit they don't need, but they're always broke when it comes to, oh, I don't know, money for their kid to eat. Let's call it what it is. They're and they
I'ma
don't
show
deserve to
you.
be called a father.
Right.
Because if you're not a child, then why do you bother?
Shut your mouth. Boy, I'm not a bum.
Did you pay for their school?
Of course. When you saying what do I pay, you're thinking child support. I'm not giving anything. I take care of my babies.
Okay, what does that look like?
Put
Because
to school, clothes, trips, etc.
you
Yes.
have to have one that's underage.
Yes, and well taken care.
So who drives them to school?
It's mom.
So you pay for the gas?
No.
You pay for her car insurance?
No.
Do you pay for her car bill?
No.
Do you pay for her light bill?
No.
Do you give her money for food?
Of course.
How much?
Whatever she needs. You're thinking I need X, Y, and Z, but there's some women on this planet who move a certain way. And when they need something, some women will say, baby, I need this, and it's done.
Baby, you are my baby daddy.
No.
We made a mistake,
There,
right?
you,
Remember?
there you go again with the energy and your toxic energy. When you do all that and the tone of your voice creates that type of energy. So what I'm saying to you is you're not child support. You're not a judge. All you can do is say what you would like for your life.
All right, let's stop it right there. First of all, most women out there do think that they're the judge when it comes to child support. And there's a lot of women out there that do believe that child support is necessary. You do have women out there that don't actually believe in this system and feel that this system takes advantage of men. It's worth noting that 85% of non custodial parents are men. So 85% of men are actually paying a child support bill to the custodial parent. If you look at some of the individual examples that we're going to show today, I'm going to show you a little bit of the what it looks like when the non-custodial parent is the woman and she has to pay. And I think the results are actually going to surprise you. In terms of what this woman is saying, I believe that her point is that she's basically looking at it from the perspective of, are you paying for everything more or less? Are you paying gas? Are you paying all of the day-to-day expenses that I need to support these children? And he's basically saying, no, I don't pay all of that, but I do support. I do kick in on educational expenses. I kick in on food. I'm sure he kicks in on clothes, whatever he has. At the end of the day, I do believe that both parents are responsible for supporting, but to be quite honest, it seems like it's not really fair on both sides. Usually one person is paying a lot more for the support of a child. I can't say that's men all the time, but I do feel like a lot of times men do get overburdened with the financial aspect, but on the other side, a lot of women are getting burdened with the actual custody part, the physical custody part, being responsible for the children's day-to-day needs. All in all, I do not feel as if money makes up for all the things that women do. Women are very much underappreciated in the things that they do and provide for their children in time, in terms of time, nurturing, and home cooked meals and doing homework with their children and things like that, and all of the other things that they provide. So I do think in a lot of instances, men need to step their game up and be more of a custodial parent, be more of a person that's providing guidance and support in that child's life, being a more active parent versus just being a financial provider, so to speak. Let's check out this support court with Judge Vonda B. Seems like this is a very popular show on YouTube, and it's actually kind of like satirical, but I do believe that these are real court cases and they are actually giving you a real insight into what actually would happen if someone brought the case in front of a judge for support. So let's check out and see what they have to say.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Mrs. Williams, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, ma'am. We have 3 children together. I have not received any child support from him.
It's in
Go to
code.
private school. They play sports, dance lessons, singing lessons. They're very active and it's very expensive. We do share custody and time, but I pay for private school. He pays for health insurance and that's all. I pay for everything.
You've heard that
What kind of
before,
money
right?
you make to be paying all of that?
I'm an attorney.
Oh, okay.
But I'm used to a certain lifestyle. I mean, I can't even afford to get my nails done, my hair done. It's embarrassing.
You're an
Yes,
attorney,
ma'am.
and you can afford tuition, but not to get your nails done.
Because all my money's going to the tuition and all of their extracurricular activities.
You've heard
I-
that before, right?
I'm used to that I was able to do before when we were still together and we had that combined income. And now my money's going to the kids.
All right, let's stop it right there. So basically, what she is saying is that they split the custody. I believe later on they'll tell you that it's a 50-50 split. However, it seems that there's a kind of a big disparity in their income, which will be explained later. She's basically saying that she doesn't have the money to do certain things that she was able to do prior to them actually getting divorced.
What I'm trying to say is,
Now, it's got to be assumed that when you separate and at first you have 2 incomes together and you have common bills, your living expenses are common. Now you break those 2 apart. It's almost like your expenses double in a way because both people need a place to live. Both people have a light bill, a water bill, an electric bill, a phone bill, whatever. If they're renting, a rent bill. Now, you also have to split up the expenses with the children. This person needs food at their house. That person needs food at their house. This person needs a car seat if the children are younger. That person needs a car seat. So, in effect, when couples do split up, it gets a lot more expensive.
100%.
And a lot of times that comes with a whole lot of sacrifice that most people just aren't willing to make.
you're right.
Now, I guess when you look at things from the perspective of, let's say, the custodial parent or the parent that's got the child the majority of the time, they kind of feel like they're kicking in more time and that time is worth money, and which it is. Time's not free and their resources aren't free. So, in effect, maybe it would be a little bit more fair if the non custodial parent did pay a little bit more money to kind of offset some of the things that the children would need financially. Does that make up for the time? No, it does not make up for the time at all. But I think the problem that this woman is having is that she feels that her lifestyle should not change just because they got divorced. And it looks to me like she's seeking additional financial expenses, not for the children and what they need, but for her and the things that she hasn't been able to have lifestyle wise since the divorce has happened and they split.
I don't have any money left for the lifestyle that I've been accustomed to and getting my nails done and my hair and massages and things like that.
It's still not making sense to me, but okay. Is That all you wanted to let me know before I move over to him?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Williams, make this make sense.
You know, although she makes more money, she has an extravagant lifestyle. The hair, the nails, the massage. She didn't tell you about the personal chef or the maid that she has come clean the house every week.
So now it's making sense. Okay.
And let alone the drinking problem that she has.
Drinking
The
problem.
weekly stops to the liquor store pickup. Come on now.
He's telling the truth, isn't he?
Well, after being in
That
court all
wasn't my
day,
question. He's telling the truth, isn't he?
I do like to have a cocktail now and then.
So the answer.
All right, let's go ahead and stop it right here. Let's go ahead and stop this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Let's
Let's get ready to
Let's get it
rumble!
going. What? Stepping in, the mom at 5'10", 210 pounds in the corner. The blonde bomber.
Y'all ready for this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now we're getting somewhere about, and you brought him to court
Yes.
for child support.
Yes, ma'am.
How much money do you make?
$70,000 a year. I make $100,000 less than she does.
What? Wait a second. Did I miss something? He makes 70,000. She makes 170,000, and she bringing this man to court for child support right now.
You've heard that before, right?
Okay. All right. Let's get back to it.
But again, I pay for pretty much everything. The only thing he pays for the kids is the health insurance. I pay for everything.
Health insurance is pretty important. You'd agree with me, right?
It is, and I appreciate that. I do. But I don't want to pull my kids from private school or take them out of the things that they love to do because I can't afford it.
Right. And don't say that again because you can't afford it. If what he's saying is true, you're getting your nails done, you're going on trips, you're doing all of these other things, especially going to the liquor store. Alcohol is not cheap. You can't afford it. You're just choosing to do something other than what you should be doing, which is taking care of these children. Now, how often are you all, I'm assuming you don't live together anymore, right? All right. How often are you all exchanging the children?
We have them equally, so that'll be 2 weekends a month.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You came in here to waste my time. I'm not getting ready to play with you. I am not going to make him pay you child support when you make $100,000 more than he does. You didn't object when he said you make $100,000 more than him. So he's telling the truth, right?
Sexual discrimination.
What kind of lawyer are you? Never mind. So this is what we're going to do. I am going to base child support off of what's called an offset, okay? So I'm going to do the child support calculations for the both of you and subtract it. And the difference is going to go to the person who makes more, which is you.
Wow.
I hate this job.
When you earn more, you have to pay more. When you earn less, you have to pay less. So in effect, if you become somebody and you are making a nice income and the other person does not become anybody and the other person's not making a nice income, well, I guess you're SOL. You got to pay more. A couple of months ago, I did this show. It's called The 5 W's Before Having Kids. And the 5 W's is not, a end all be all. This is just, a couple of things that I think are important. And it goes through the who, the what, to the when, the where, and the why. I think if you are focused on knowing these things, particularly the who, the what, and the when, and understanding the why, you might be able to avoid making the mistake of having a child with somebody that it ends up in divorce with, or you guys don't end up working out, you know.
I love that.
That's just how it is. Divorce happens, breakup happens, kids happen, but the better you are at vetting your particular partner, the better your odds are going to be that this is going to work out and you're not going to end up in child support court. Let's continue on.
Right? So with 200,000, excuse me, and 70,000, is that correct? Okay.
I don't care.
So for mom, I have your gross. You actually cap out. So your gross is about $12,325.35.
What I'm trying to say is like
Dad, your gross is $5,833.33, bringing your net to $9,200 for you, $4,664.67 for you. Health insurance, you pay it. How much is it?
It's $100 a month.
Okay, you're going to split that. So $50 for you, $50 for you. Mom, your child support obligation comes down. Well, hold on. How many children? 2 children, right?
We have 3 children between us and 4 total.
Total. Who has the other child? Okay. Thank you for telling me that because that reduces. Your child support obligation and increases yours. So the difference and adding the health insurance, it comes out to $1,533 per month.
And stick your head in
And
the
this is
sand,
the
sound
best
like
way to be
it's
able
your future.
to pay to him.
Somebody's gonna
Any
wish to
questions about that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any questions about anything I just said?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed. Hi, guys. It's me. I just wanted to go over what you witnessed.
All right, so she basically held this court hearing. It was apparent that the mother had a lot more income. It sounded like a 50-50 time split. However, she felt like the father wasn't paying enough, so she wanted to bring him to court. At the end of the day, she makes a significant amount more money than he does. I would say 100, close to 150% more almost. So she kind of got stuck with the bill. This thing kind of backfired on her a little bit. She probably should have, been a little bit more smart in her approach. But when she came into court seeking relief, it seemed like she was seeking relief for herself.
You see, the record's already answered this time and time again.
I didn't hear her say anything about the kids. Not one mention of the kids needed something.
It doesn't matter what you think.
It was all about her. And
Know your role and shut your mouth because the people's champ is ready to talk.
at the end of the day, she didn't really have any standing. And I think she kind of, ended up kind of making a fool out of herself. Let's jump into the next situation here. Everything's a situationship now in this day and age. We're going to do another example from this support court and see what they're talking about in this next scenario here.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Mr. Schaefer, you brought this case before the court, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay, go ahead. What's going on?
Well, my son was married to the respondent, and he died. They had a child that's now 3 years old that has been left in my custody, and I'm asking for some sort of relief or support because I'm retired from the military and on a fixed income.
Okay. First of all, my condolences for the loss of your son, and thank you for your service as well.
Oh, thank you.
How long has the child lived with you?
2 years.
2 years. Has mom given you any support for the child?
No, she hasn't.
Hasn't bought anything.
Not significantly, no. But I've just now come to the point where I need some relief and I need some help.
I agree with that, ma'am.
Well, I don't suppose you can share that information with me.
I was in between
I
jobs.
don't.
I'm making 35,000 now,
Okay.
and I'm
Where
not.
are you traveling?
Well, I'm a travel agent,
Okay.
so because of that, I can travel. I get discounts and I get to fly free. So,
Oh my God, that is amazing.
so
But that has nothing to do with you giving some sort of financial support
I didn't
to
have
this.
it.
Excuse me, I was talking. That has nothing to do with you giving financial support to this man for the support of your child. Your child.
All right, let's stop it right there. I'm not trying to pick on the ladies, although most of my examples today are going to outline how ladies react when they actually have to pay, because there's too many examples on the internet of men that don't pay, men that have to pay, deadbeat dads, etc. But I just want to flip the script a little bit and show you guys the inside of what some of these deadbeat moms look like out here. Now, again, I know that there's plenty of good moms out there, and I'm not saying every woman is a deadbeat mom, because I know there are a lot of good moms out there. So shout out to you, to all the good moms out there. But again, I want to shed some light on what it looks like when there's a non-custodial mother and what she feels like her obligations are. She just said that she makes $35,000 a year. But as we're going to find out shortly here, all of her money is going towards herself. So you can already see she's already over here kind of, shucking and jiving
100%.
and trying to kind of get out of, well, I don't have the money. And,
When people don't like me, it's because I said the truth.
she got the money.
I'm going to show you.
She has the money.
You've heard that before, right?
She just don't want to pay the money.
It's in my code.
She basically feels like, well, if this man is, silly enough to continue to, pay for it, then, I'm not really obligated. He's a goofy. All right, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Let's get ready. Let's hear what she gotta say. Let's see what's popping real quick.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Let's go. Let's see what this woman has to say.
Y'all ready for this?
Not his child, your child.
It is my child. That is correct. But like I said, my job had me traveling, and I really didn't have the extra money.
What are you doing with yourself every day? What do you do? Tell me about your traveling.
Well, I had gotten this new condo for one thing, and that.
Wait a minute. You got you got a condo and you're traveling.
Yeah.
But how much is this condo?
I'd rather not say.
No, I'd rather you say.
Because
How much is this condo?
It's pretty steep.
Here we go.
It's pretty steep.
Ma'am, what does it mean?
It,
That means nothing to me. Steep. You know how many people come in here with things that are steep? I need a number.
I like to live nice, and so I paid 5,000.
See, you know what? You obviously can't do this.
No, I didn't
Yes,
really.
you
I didn't. And I
Ma'am,
really
yes, you did. I've asked you a very specific question. How much is your condo?
Well, I pay 5,000 a month.
$5,000 a month? Sir, is this 3-year-old in daycare?
Yes, he's in preschool because he has some special needs.
How much is daycare?
Daycare runs about $300 a week.
$300 a week.
Don't you get some kind of this?
And don't you just need to wait your turn until I come to you?
Yes.
Okay, now we already see where this is going over here. She does not have the child. She does not participate in the child's life. This is the father of the father of her partner, her ex-partner that is passed away, God bless his soul. This man, out of the kindness of his heart, has taken her child in, and she don't even want to pay no support. She wants to travel around the world and take these trips and live this nice lifestyle that she can't even afford. Now, let me ask you this. I don't know if y'all caught that, but she says she makes $35,000 a year. How does she afford a $5,000 a month condo? Am I missing something here? $5,000 a month times 12, that's $60,000, right? That's 60,000. 60,000 is not 35,000. That's $25,000 more than she even makes. Where's that money coming from? Where's the extra money coming from?
Here we go. Talking to you. Thank you. Sir, $300 a week. And what type of special needs does the child have?
He's autistic.
Okay. Does he have to, you have to pay for like any medical expenses?
He needs special counseling, and of course, he has regular doctor visits.
You've heard that
Does
before,
mom
right?
go to any of those doctor's visits or anything?
No.
Well, no, of course, I haven't always told her, but I
Exactly.
haven't expected her.
Exactly. You haven't given him any money either.
No.
Well, I'm not talking to you still.
Shut your mouth.
Now, I don't have anything against my former daughter-in-law. I mean, she was married to my son, but I do need a little more involvement and a little help.
With you. It definitely, if she's spending $5,000 a month on a condo, I don't even stay in a condo.
I
ma'am.
need that. I
Okay,
have to have
but I
that.
need a condo.
Did y'all just hear that? She spends $5,000 a month on a condo. She don't even make 60,000 a year. I'm not understanding that. Like, what's going on? Is she speaking another language to me, or what?
Monkey crap.
I don't get it. That's what it sounds like when she's talking right now. I I'm not really comprehending. Come on, y'all. What's really going on right now? Somebody let me know.
You give me your condo? Exactly. So your child support based on $35,000 a year. Are you carrying any type of health insurance on the child?
See, that's another thing. Since on the child,
Yes.
well, the child is autistic, so the child gets a check. So I don't understand why you need my money.
Okay.
Because you get
Again,
assistance from the government.
again, excuse me.
I mean, my child.
Excuse me.
I don't care.
Last time I checked, I was the judge.
You are.
Okay, thanks. That means that I asked the questions and I addressed him. He addressed me.
Okay.
You do not address him.
All right.
Okay.
Understand.
How much is health insurance for the child only?
I have no idea.
I'ma show you.
It's just for the child.
So obviously you don't pay it, sir. How much is health insurance for the child?
It's just short of $400.
Short for the child only?
Yes,
Ma'am, you.
I'm covered under the VA.
Well, I thought he was getting
No,
government.
well, I thought you should have been giving him something for child support. So
No.
we're going to go ahead and make that happen today. And the child has been living with you for the past 2 years, you say?
2 years.
So not only am I going to make you pay child support, ma'am, you're going to pay back pay as well.
Somebody's gonna wish the dad never
Guess
happened.
what? Sell your condo, then you can afford that. So I have your gross based on $35,000 a year at $2,916.67. And you said the health insurance is $400 a month.
Yes.
That's pretty steep based on, well, not that your coverage is not steep, but in Texas, we're only allowed to take 9% of her gross. So based on 9%, it'll be $262.50.
Will that start? Can you give me maybe 3 months before that starts? So I can rebudget.
Let me think about that. No. So $262.50.
I got a question. Why are you being so hard on me?
Ma'am, I'm not being hard on you. You have not given this man any type of child support to support your child. And then you come to court and say you don't have money, but you travel and you have a $5,000 a month condo, but you don't give him anything a month.
I don't have it. I just don't have
Well, I
it.
can't help you. So it's going to be I have your child support obligation. And how many children do you have? I'm sorry, ma'am.
Just one.
One child. So that's based on 20%. Let's see.
This woman's out of control right now. And look at her. She is very, very unhappy right now that she's going to have a monthly obligation to her own child. She doesn't want to have to pay one penny. She doesn't want to have to do nothing. She already is traveling and living her life. They should have asked her, well, how many times did you take your child on a trip? How many times do you travel and bring your child with you? But that would have really embarrassed her.
It's in my code.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for this situation. Obviously with, the father not being there, that's already a loss for the child, but then to have another parent on the other side that doesn't want to contribute anything to the life of their own child is just kind of beyond me.
Sir, you said you all have a cordial relationship. Are you okay with continuing that health insurance?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And are you seeking any type of reimbursement from her on the health insurance?
No, I mean, it's all in the past.
Okay. Okay. Well, you got really lucky. He cut you a break. So your child support obligation, your net comes out to $2,466.03. Your child support obligation comes out to $394.56. Now your back child support, that $394.56, you have to pay that back from the time that the child has lived with Mr. Schaefer.
That's not.
Yes, in Texas, it goes back 4 years. Your child is 3. So with that calculation, it comes out to $14,204.16 to be paid monthly at an amount of $200. That makes your total child support obligation set at, well, I'm gonna make it $300 because 14,000 is a huge amount. So that makes your monthly child support obligation $694.56.
I got some bills that I can show you. I just don't-
And you know what? He has bills that he can show me as well, and you have not done anything. And you're lucky that he cut you a break because I didn't have to let him do that. Is there anything further, Mr. Schaefer?
That's all that I have.
Can we talk and maybe we can talk amongst one another and see if we can come up with some agreement?
You're more than welcome to.
Okay, so this is where it kind of goes off the rail a little bit. She already basically is getting cut a break already. Okay? And she's over here asking if she can pay less money. Like, she's trying to negotiate on the side. You already know what's going to happen. She's going to meet up with this man and, oh, well, I can't pay that. And I got this and I got that. And sob story. And then this dude over here, he's probably going to go for it. He's probably going to end up, going for it. She's going to show up and,
Ooh, wow. Ooh, she got a nice back on that.
100%.
Oh, she got a wagon on it.
I haven't heard that one in a long time.
You've heard that before, right?
now she done got this man in a private negotiation. And now all of a sudden this man, he's going to fold up and buckle up because he kind of looks like a goofy to me. So this is what's going to happen after they leave there.
that at a later date, but right now I just made my ruling. Do you have any other questions pertaining
Yes,
to
not,
this?
since I have to pay all this money.
Okay, well, I guess you all are dismissed. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, at least, my man got a little bit of justice. He'll get the $700 until she comes up out of them arrears that she owes for the past 2 years of not supporting her child. And then after that, her payments are going to get cut down to $400, which I think is decent and it's reasonable. But at the same time, why didn't the judge put the pedal to the metal on her? It seems to me as if she's already making more money than that, because if she's saying, well, my condo costs $5,000 a month, well, it seems to me like you kind of have to have more money and more income than that in order to be able to afford that. It seems to me like your income should be more in line with $60,000 or better, because if your condo only costs you $5,000 a month, what about your hair? What about your nails? What about your makeup? What about your car? What about your travel? What about your food? What about your electric bill, your phone bill, your cell phone bill, your health insurance, your car? What about all the rest of them bills? So in my mind, she's making or is bringing in a lot more than what she's saying, because otherwise she couldn't afford to that amount of money. And if she had deep personal savings like that, then she'd be able to just cut that check for her, the amount of her arrears with 15,000. She'd be able to, okay, yeah, let's get that out the way today. Boo, 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 cut him the little check, done. She acts like she's hurting for money over here, but all her money's going on her lifestyle.
100%.
Don't tell me that hair, which looks like weave to me, don't cost her a lot of money per month.
You've heard that before, right?
Don't tell me that she ain't going out and getting her nails done.
100%.
Don't tell me she ain't going out and experiencing life when she does not have that child. So that, I don't know, that's just my personal opinion on this one, but I just wanted to show you guys an example of what it looks like when women actually get stuck paying a bill.
This video deals with underemployment and imputing of income. Previous video, we talked about how child support is calculated. It's calculated on a Missouri Form 14, usually. And in that Form 14, you include different factors: the income of the payee, who's the person receiving the support. You include the income of the payor, who's the person paying the child support, and a couple other factors, health insurance and things like that. What is a common occurrence in family law cases, divorce cases, child custody, child support cases, is a person who is maybe going to have to pay child support. And maybe this is the person who in the relationship who was earning substantially more than the other one. Maybe this is sort of like the breadwinner of the family, or maybe not. Maybe it's, maybe let's just throw out a common example. Let's say wife is, working as a nurse and she's making, $5,000 a month gross. Let's say husband is a, let's say he's a union carpenter. You got a career? And you look at your watch. Time he doesn't get as much work. Or so let's say he's also making. Damn, I gotta come and say work on my project. Gross. Because there ain't enough work. What when you got may happen is, let's say the guy there's too much time agreed to have the kids like 40% of the time, or 30% of the time. And so he knows he's going to pay child support. The incomes are roughly the same, but he has substantially less time. Especially if he has 30% of the time, he has the kids less often. He knows he's going to pay child support. Well, what you may have is a situation where he says, I have some control over my income. And I can kind of control how often I work, and no one else will know. The judge won't know. The state of Missouri won't know. I'm gonna show you. Lawyers won't know. My wife won't know. And so he comes into court and he says, over the past 3 or 4 months, I've only been working, 10 hours, 15 hours, things like that. I'm not getting 40 hours a week. So his argument will basically be, and again, these are I'm not trying to stereotype and say that, the male is supposed to pay child support. These are just examples. I'm just throwing out random examples. So I apologize if this is offensive to anyone. So he may come in and say, based on this, I should be paying less child support. My child support should be calculated with my income, not being up at, 4,000, 5,000 a month. I'm only right now making 1,000 a month. So my child support should be calculated based on 1,000 a month. Sometimes it works, but usually it doesn't. This is such a common occurrence that judges, lawyers, everybody's pretty well aware of, uh, of how this works.
All right, let me stop it right there. So I just want to basically say one thing about this. Suppressing your income so that you don't have to pay, quitting jobs and all the rest of this stuff, you're going to have to pay eventually. If you need to make a temporary move to, shore up your financial position, by all means, definitely do that. But if you think you're going to quit your job as a man and that's going to fly, they ain't letting you get out of that. But on the other side, if a woman suppresses her income and doesn't want to work, works the lowest possible jobs because she knows on the other side they're gonna throw it at you, fellas. Like, this system is not fair in the majority of the states in the United States. There are a couple of states that seem a little bit more fair, like the show that we're just watching that seems to be based out of Texas. Texas seems a little bit more fair when it comes to the balance between men and women and the balance between splitting this bill up. You go to any other state, nope, they ain't hearing that. There's many a state where you could have a crackhead mother that's a prostitute, homeless, all that, and the court would gladly grant her custody for a couple of reasons, because they can kill two birds with one stone. What I mean by that is, in most states, men can't go to a homeless shelter or men can't go to a domestic violence shelter. They don't have those available. In most states, men can't get food stamps. They do have homeless shelters for men, but they have a lot more homeless shelters and social resources, safety net resources for women. These programs simply don't exist for men. So the court wins by having the children stay with the mother, because then she qualifies for a lot more of these government services. And most of these states and counties, they get reimbursed directly back from the federal government for a lot of these programs that only exist for women or women with children. So in effect, because men can't get these resources and men don't have access to certain types of housing, childcare, etc., these courts would much rather put the children with the mother. That way, the states can recover financial resources back from the federal government. If the children go with the father and the woman continues to knock on the door, I need a place to live. Uh, I need food to eat. I need financial assistance. She's going to get it. In most states, men cannot qualify for cash assistance. Men don't qualify for anything except for some food stamps, almost, or EBT, whatever you want to call it. So basically, it's a win-win for the government to side with women primarily. Another major factor that I kind of figured out on my own, and I don't think a lot of people that talk about child custody actually bring up this dynamic. Well, who are the primary spenders in the economy? It's women. When you go out to the store and you go to the department store, 75 80% of the store is targeted towards women, and men now only have very small little spaces. If you go to any of these discount stores like TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something like that, and even at some of the bigger department stores, Men don't necessarily have as much space unless you go to a major mall. Reason being is because women are the primary consumers. Women spend the most money. Women are spending, spending, spending. If men had primary custody of their children, the economy might crash, to be quite honest, because I think a lot of men are just about the basics. Like, okay, we got food, you got clothing. I'm not going to be going above and beyond and just spending all this extra money on nothing. So I think a big part of the influence of women getting custody is the fact that women drive the economy in terms of spending money. Let's get back to the video and see what this gentleman has to say.
And so what the court does at that point, they have an opportunity to impute income to the husband. So they can say, you know, you're maybe only earning $1,000 per month, but you're capable and able to earn more. And so
Okay, I'm glad he's bringing this up. So this is the point I was trying to make in the last segment where the woman said that her lifestyle, just her condo is $60,000 a year. She flat out said that. And based on my calculation, she would need to be bringing in at least 80,000 or more to sustain her lifestyle to pay for all the other things. Electricity's not free, water's not free, gas isn't free, her car's not free, all the other things that she would need to run her life, food, etc., cell phone. I heard no mention of that. She's got a $5,000 a month condo by herself. That is luxury. $5,000 a month condo? Wow. So at that particular point, the judge should have said, well, wait a second. You're living in a $5,000 condo. Hold on, your income must be higher. You know what? Let's go ahead and impute your income and see where I think you should be. You're capable of making $100,000. If you're living in a $60,000 condo, makes sense to me. But they didn't want to throw it. They didn't want to give it to her. I mean, that judge was kind of sticking it to her a little bit, but it was only really based on the law. So in a lot of states, they ain't going for that. And definitely as a man, run up into the court and talk about you've got an expensive habits and I live here and I do this. And well, yeah, well, my lifestyle costs me 100,000, but I only make 50,000, 35, 40,000. They're going to smack you up. All right. Case in point, girl, you went out here and got you a bum. You went out here and got you a future rapper. My man's in his mid-30s and trying to kick off a rap career right now.
You've heard that before, right?
That's crazy.
I know that anything is possible.
I think you got to put some of the responsibility back on her. Look at the judge over here, sniggling over here. Like, she looking at them like, look at these two fools over here. Look at these fools. My man came in here like this. Ooh, wow. Ooh, she got a nice back on that.
100%.
Oh,
She got a wagon on it.
I haven't heard that one in a long time.
You've heard that before, right?
You got a job? Judge is over here having a great old time over here with this case. Looking at them like, look at these two goofies that came into my court. I know right now she wish she could talk to them and call them, because right now it sounds like this is what she's hearing. They're over here talking and saying stuff, but this is what she's hearing. Again, like I said, I got to take it back to the beginning, ladies. You got to be more accountable with for the men that you make a choice to lay down with, you know. And men, if you ain't, if that's all you got to contribute is $50 a month, and you're making bare minimum, you shouldn't even be out here, bro. You need to just squirt one in a napkin or something and some tissue and flush that, because that wasn't even worth popping off on no woman out here.
7 cents a day. How do you expect your child to live off of that?
Hey, he come over, we go to McDonald's, I spend $6. I got 10 left.
I have to drive to him and drop my child off and be like, you need to spend time with your father and you need to take care of your child.
So you're not spending time, you're not financially supporting them, so you're just leaving everything up to mom,
I'm not
right?
mentioning no names.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where,
She
what
always,
was the
she
last-
always say it's my child.
Excuse me, sir. It is your child, just like it's her child.
No, I'm saying what she say. Every time we having an argument or a conversation, is well, it's my child, it's my this. But when it's time to take care of the kid, you know,
So you think that by her saying this is my child, that means she is solely responsible for paying for the child too? Is that what you're telling me here today?
don't you pay more attention to
That is your best case here today.
I'm just telling you, Judge, I tried with this lady. You know, I have 7 other children, and
Seven other children.
I don't know.
You affording to have 7 children? Are you financially supporting them as well?
Nah, they mama, you know, they fool with me. So,
What does that mean?
I mean, you know, like we still cool. We cordial. That's what it is, cordial.
So with you guys being cordial, you think that excuses you from being able to financially take care of these kids?
They ain't tripping. She the only one tripping.
She the only one tripping. He got 7 other kids out here, and she is the only one tripping. People, if you don't want to end up in a situation like this, then y'all need to listen to. Do not cheat yourself out in these streets. Do not cheat yourself. Do not do it.
Sir,
Why I gotta pay her anything?
you came here to waste my time, obviously. We are not about to play these games.
You got
Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You are going to pay this woman child support to support your child. The court has the obligation to make sure that we give you credit for any other children that you may have, but you are going to start giving her something to financially support these children. And what I can do, because based on the report you gave me, you did not work at the post office long enough for me to be able to just see what you're making on a consistent basis. So I will set your child support at minimum wage. Okay?
Okay, what's minimum wage?
You know the minimum wage in Texas, right?
Nah, I just moved.
Okay, well, based on minimum wage, the rate is $7.25.
What am I supposed to do with that?
$7.25. It's better than $3. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but by the time the
$3
taxes,
for a CD.
she.
No, sir.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay,
mentioning no
so,
names.
as I was saying, that brings your gross to about $1,256. Your net, I have it at about $1,121.54. Your child support obligation a month is $203. Okay.
A
Well,
month?
I take that back. You said you have
Can
other
I-
children,
Can
correct?
you split that up in like 6 months? I got to pay that monthly?
You will pay that monthly. And it would come
100%.
out based on how you were paid. Were you paid twice a week or bi-weekly? How were you paid at your previous job?
You saying the CDs or post office?
The post office.
Oh, yeah, the post.
Please do not mention that again,
weeks.
talking about some CDs for $3 and I just broke down. It costs $60 a day to feed your kids. I do not want to hear anything else about $3.
Yes,
And you're not actively looking for a job, so you need to actively look for a job as well. Giving you credit for the other children that you have, your child support obligation comes out to 100.
All right, let's go ahead and pause this real quick so I could give a little bit more commentary. My man over here looks devastated to have to pay $200 a month. Like that just cut into his weed money. That cut into his cigarette money. That cut into his club money. That cut into his shoe money. My man's crushed over here. And then on the other side, she's happy to be getting that. She's happy $200 a month. Okay, well, it's better than nothing. Girl, that ain't even worth your time to be walking into court taking this deadbeat goofy in there. You should have knew what it was when you met him because he was looking at you like this.
Ooh, wow. Ooh, ah, she got a nice back on that. Oh, she got a wagon on it.
I haven't heard that one in a long time.
I'd love that.
But what did you do? You went home with this man, you played around, you laid around, you got into a relationship. Now here you are, X amount of time later, and you're on support court, baby by a bum. Both of y'all need to be ashamed of yourselves out here conducting yourselves like that out in these streets. And that's why I got to give both of you guys the smackdown on that. All right, did you hear that last piece? He said, we rode here together. So you know what? They're probably still a couple. All right. Now, this is another thing I see a lot of you goofies out here doing. What do you mean we rode here together? They rode here together still? Oh, so they're still a couple. Oh, but y'all are a couple, but she needs child support from you. I can't count the number of goofies out that I know out here that are still with a woman and she got you kicking in paying child support. I don't understand. I just don't get it. If y'all are supposed to be a couple, then what are you paying child support for? Aren't y'all together? Now, I do see where a lot of, low value people out here don't want to kick in and they don't want to pay. So then now you done force this woman's hand. But in the real world, you should just automatically be kicking in and doing something for that woman and your child or children so that she don't got to put your back to the wall and take you to court, you know? But to keep it 100, there's women out here that you could be doing what you're supposed to do for and providing, and they just want a cash payment in their hand. They don't really want to have to deal with you and ask you for nothing. Hey, can you do this? Hey, the child needs this, and they ain't doing it, and they just want a cash payment from you. So if you're a decent guy, you got decent income, you're probably going to end up in child support court because it's easier for her to just go down and get the government to smack you up real quick and get that check than it is for her to continue to talk to you and ask you for that money every single month. Let's move on to the next example of what's going on in child support court. So I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. I guess my man feels like he needs to get a reduction based on the fact that his income has gone down and he has another child with another woman. Okay, I'm going to go back to the 5 Ws again. I put out a video on this. These people should have vetted each other better before they decided to have a child together. If she's dealing with a man that said his income is only $35,000 a year, what the hell can you do off of $35,000 a year?
I'm not mentioning no names.
Then on top of that, broski, if you only making $35,000 a year, what makes you think you even got the right to go out here and even splash on a woman out here? You can't even cover diapers and formula for the year. Where do y'all live at? She makes 35, you make 35, that's 70,000. Y'all must live out in the country somewhere because $70,000 is not enough money to live in no major city, not in the United States, nowhere. You're not living in no Chicago, New York, New Jersey, nowhere in California, nowhere in Florida almost. You're not living in the Northeast. You're not living in Connecticut. You're not living on the East Coast at all unless you're living in a small town. So I think this is kind of a silly situation between two kind of, it seems like, I don't want to say they are low quality, but they are kind of low quality. Y'all are in court over here arguing over some couple $100. She's over here like, I need my $850 a month. Okay, well, if you factor in he's only making $35,000 a year, and a quarter of that, we'll just say close to $9,000 is going towards federal taxes. So right there, he's got $26,000 a year after that. And then now you're getting $850 a year or a month. So that's right there. That's close to $10,000. You're chunking in a nice little percentage of his income right now. After taxes, you're taking in like 28% of his income right now. That's crazy. That's crazy out here. That he actually would even have to pay $850 a month based on one child. That's leaving him at the poverty level or below the poverty level in almost any state for a single person. And now you have to factor in having to pay support. But again, like I said, number one, they ain't vet each other. Number two, why are you laying down with a low quality man? Number three, bro, why are you even pulling out your thing and putting it into someone? You can't even afford to take her out and do nothing for her. So I'm ripping on both of y'all. I'm calling BS on both of y'all. To me, this is what y'all sound like.
Don't be rude. I hate to break it to you guys.
I don't understand what language y'all are talking right now. It's silly to me.
Monkey crap. Or whether you like it or not, unfortunately. What are you doing with the money, just out of curiosity?
I'm supporting Ricky, our child.
By support, what are you doing for him?
I practically pay for his private school.
Okay.
I'm buying him daycare when I leave for work.
Okay.
I pay for almost everything.
Okay. What are you using it for on yourself?
Nothing.
So you were using all $850 for the child only?
Yes.
Okay. Because it sounded like it was for another reason why you're so upset. Or is it just because of the new girlfriend?
Could be both.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So this is what we're going to do. He has good reason and he has shown proof to the court that he qualifies for his child support to be reduced. So we're going to go based off of what he currently makes.
Why?
Says here on your W-2 you make about 41,000.
That's correct.
Okay. For one child, well, you have 2 kids.
I do.
Okay, so that changes.
Okay, so I want to correct that. He makes 41,000, but still, that's 25% of this man's income. The other 25% goes towards income taxes. I don't know what state they live in, but right now, after taxes and child support, my man's only got $20,000 to live off of for the whole rest of the year. And you got a woman and you got another kid.
You're fired.
These women out here is low quality. Low quality. You're dealing with a man that makes $40,000 a year, got another kid by another woman, and you trying to squeeze some water out of a rock.
So what we're going to do is calculate that. So that brings your gross down to $3,287.67. Who pays health insurance?
He does.
How much is health insurance?
$129 a month.
Okay. He also gets a credit for that as well, for carrying health insurance. So his net comes out to about $2,725, $2,725.36, giving you credit for your other child. That brings your percentage down, and your new child support amount is going to be $476.94. So I hope that you can
Wow, did you see this woman in the background over? Oh, y'all can't sue her. My picture's in front of me.
pay the tuition and
Here, I'm gonna rewind.
to
I'm gonna rewind that back.
him being mad off of that new.
I'm gonna rewind that part back. You guys have to see how this woman is reacting in the background. She does not want to see this man pay less. Look at this woman right back here. Look at her. Look how she's looking right now. Just read her body language.
Giving you credit for your other child. That brings your
Look at her
percentage
face.
down, and your new child support amount is going to be $476.94.
Wow. Did you see how she just cut her eyes at this man over here? Like, how dare you, old bum, $41,000 a year, man? You're getting the child support decrease? It ain't even her personal situation. And she's caught up and emotionally involved in it over here. Like, it's crazy. Look, let's run that back one more time. Let's run it back one more time.
$725.36, giving you credit for your other child. That brings your percentage down, and your new child support amount is going to be $476.94.
Did y'all see the way she cut her eyes at that man? Like, you bum. That's how she looked at him. Like, you got a child support reduction, you bum.
Monkey crap. So I hope that you can pay the tuition and your attitude about him being mad off of that new amount in child support, $476.94. Can you?
Look at her. She's devastated right now. She's like, I came in here hoping I was going to keep that whole $860 a month, and it got reduced down almost $400. Man, these little couple gray hairs that she got on her head, those is about to multiply up here. Because this judge is not playing around. She's like, hold on, he has another child, and this man only makes $41,000 a year, and he got demoted at his job. Nah, baby girl. I got to go ahead and grant the reduction. You got to fend for yourself out here. We did what we could to try to help you out, but unfortunately, you made a bad decision by having a child with this man, and we got to stick it to you.
Do that.
Sure.
I mean, you don't have a choice really, but it is what it is. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Anything further?
Nope.
Anything further from you?
No,
You seem disappointed.
I am disappointed.
Why? He has a legal he has legal grounds to ask for that.
I just
None of that matters. She don't care. She's in her feelings. She's in her feelings.
Take that.
A big part of why these women bring these men to court is to punish you. It had nothing to do with the support. She might be able to provide for that child on her own. Not saying she should have to. I do believe that both parents should participate financially and time-wise in every other aspect of being a good parent. But the name of the game is a lot of these women be bringing men to child support court to punish you. So she brought him in to punish him. And now she ain't able to get the court to continue to punish him in the same way. And now she's got to get a little bit of a taste of her own medicine now, because now her child support's getting reduced down by almost half. And the judge don't care. All right, let's get up out of here. She's not making no kind of sense at this particular point. She's just bitter right now. She lost. Again, I threw together this video. It's called Children, the 5 W's, Who, What, When, Where, Why. One of the Funtendo game shows where we give you game. We talk about life and we talk about everything that matters to you. I drop a lot of knowledge in these videos to try to give you insight into some of the things that you could do to make your relationships a little bit better. I try to be fair. I try to see it from both sides of the fence, but I see a lot of goofies out here, both men and women. Ooh, wow. Ooh, she got a nice back on that. Oh, she got a wagon on it.
I haven't heard that one in a long time.
But unfortunately, y'all don't want to listen to me. Y'all want to keep going back out in these streets. And this is what happens when y'all go back out in these streets without any information, no discipline, and no execution of that knowledge and discipline. That's gonna wrap it up for today's episode of the Funtendo Game Show, where we give you game, we talk about life, and we talk about everything that matters to you. And remember, when you got game, life ain't the same.
What?
You ain't got no boss.
So what you tell?
Let's just be honest.
So what you tell?
Let's just be.
So what tell?
You ain't got no.